Hey everyone, and welcome to our final presentation for our game Star Rush.
Here is the original pitch for Star Rush that was done by Nicholas and Devin. Firstly, we want to thank you guys for doing a great pitch that gave us the opportunity of working on this game. Star Rush was pitched to be a 3D ship shooter with a fast pace that was based in space, of course, where you have to defeat aliens who attack your homeworld, and as you fight them, you dodge various obstacles. In the first video, the enemy AI that they created is showing, where the enemy maintains the same distance between itself and the player, whilst firing at particular times and moving in a particular pattern. And as the player, you would therefore be tasked with destroying it by watching and dodging the missiles that they shoot at you. In the second video, you will see the ship flying and dodging obstacles, and just maneuvering through it to get to the end of the level. This really gave us a great start on going on our mission. We decided to lock on to that main mechanic and just come up with ways to refine it. So from there, we went straight to brainstorming on different abilities and objectives to go with the game and make it fun for our players. From the original concept, the main change we made was tweaking the story and the main objective of the game, to where it'll be you, the player, traveling defeating space pirates who go around destroying innocent traveler ships. So in keeping that story in mind, we added a hostage feature, where you have to collect a set number of hostages to complete each level. And with these things in mind, it really gave us a clear sense of direction moving forward in production.
For the original pitch, we liked the idea of it being in space, and we liked the overall layout. We iterated on it, however, and added curved sections. This helped to both add in action through the levels as well as breakpoints to break the action into more bite-sized pieces. For the original pitch as well, we liked the style of the ships. However, we wanted the main ships to be something with a simpler silhouette to help with the shape design, in contrast to the sharper designs that we wanted for the enemy ships.
So this was the design, some of the pages from the design doc that we created to help us get a better idea of what we wanted visually for our game. We knew we wanted a lot of like bright colors and just in general, like not anything too muted or too neutral looking, because we knew that we wanted this to be like a fast-paced, futuristic, kind of snazzy looking game. And some of our bigger game inspirations were from games like Subnautica and Astroneer and No Man's Sky. So we really wanted to incorporate some of those color palettes and asset work and just the general visual inspiration from those games into our own game. So this is what we came up with from the design doc. We really focused on silhouette for the player ship and the enemy ship, since we knew that our game was going to be very fast paced. And we also incorporated a lot of futuristic designs and played around with a bunch of color palettes to make sure that we ended up getting the most of what we could out of the concept art so that we could move on to modeling.
So moving into our asset development, we initially created proxy models for our slice, which we then refined based on our concept sketches. Shown here on the left and right are the 4 enemies present in the game: the small swarming enemy, the tankier large enemy, the normal enemy, and the turret. In the middle we have the player pickups, health and hostages, and the player ship itself. The color schemes we used stayed consistent with our initial concepts, keeping the enemies sleek and black, with the players being more of a bluish chrome. Moving to the obstacles that the player has to encounter, we had to create a mix of structural and floating types of debris to kind of work in both types of levels. So if you see here on the left, we have the large enemy structures, which serve to populate mainly the planet levels. They are designed in a modular fashion to allow for a variety of level types. For our space levels, we created the floating metal debris seen on the top right, as well as the satellite and the ring in the center. And the planet on the bottom right is used in our space levels as the background goal, and it is also used in our main menu.
So moving on with the assets, we had many different rocks to help build out the planet levels, as well as many different variations on the terrain for those planet levels. Additionally, we also had some ice pieces and some different meteors to help serve as like extra decoration and obstacles in the space levels. For the visual effects, we really wanted to maintain a focus on readability and using them to help accent the experience while not detracting from anything. So we had things like the enemy reticle, which would appear when they came in a certain range, glow and trail effects on the enemy and the player shots, and differentiating them in color with those effects. Line effects in the screen space, which had like an added layer when you boost, and other simple things like glows and explosions.
This is our vertical slice demo showing the basics of the game. The ship moves forward, dodging obstacles and shooting enemies. At first we had a mechanic that allowed the player to move the ship forward or back, so they could move around and help dodge anything. But after the playtest, we decided to remove it and replace it with the boost mechanic we have that gives the player a little more speed for some time. Yeah, other than that, the dash is visible at the start of the video and flying around and shooting everything. Okay, and now we will show you the demo for our final game. Please enjoy.
Target acquired. 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 Target acquired.